Um, here we go. My name's DC Marvel Anime. We've got Imperial Guard right here. This is podcast episode 17. And so here we go. So first off, let's see. Okay.
Well, we should address the death of Kentaro Miura, who's the creator of Berserk.
Yeah. So I heard about that, and I was surprised.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that to happen. He died at 54.
54? I thought it was 56.
It's 54. Yeah.
Oh.
He died on May 6th from aortic dissection.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And surprisingly, that happened on May 6th, which is surprisingly interesting that they kept it that long before announcing. But I understand it though, because of family.
Yeah. But a lot of people are saying that. Sorry to cut you off. What were you saying?
No, go ahead.
So like, apparently, like in mangas, when the author dies, usually the last chapter they write ends up becoming like the official finale, like it officially ends there.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't happen like in every single case. Usually, the assistant takes over, and then they continue on the manga or the anime. So in this one, we're not really sure if his assistant is going to take over, but considering the fact that Kentaro basically started the Berserk manga when he was 23, which was in 1989, I don't think he would. I don't think he would want it to abruptly end that way. So he did say that his family members and his assistant do know the ending of Berserk. So I'm confident that they're not gonna just end it there, because then that wouldn't, that's not what Kentaro would want. I'm pretty sure he would want his story or Berserk to end on a good note, and he did closely work with his assistant, so I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty confident that he's gonna have his assistant complete the manga, and then his family is gonna look over the story to see if everything's going in his direction.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's some good news regarding his story not being tarnished, or at least incomplete. So
yeah, because when I heard about this when on YouTube. And it was like, wow. I was surprised. I mean, Berserk, from what I've heard, is also started like the dark fantasy stuff. I think.
Yeah. It actually inspired a lot. I think the Dark Souls games was a big inspiration.
Yeah.
Not the Dark Souls games, sorry. Berserk was an inspiration for the Dark Souls games. So if you play the game, you'll see that a lot of characters, or at least the boss fights, are actually inspired from the Berserk manga, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
something I didn't know. But besides the Dark Souls inspiration, but I didn't know about that, which is cool.
Yeah, I mean, the manga, I believe, was regarded as one of the best-selling mangas in history.
Wow.
Let me see how many copies it sold.
Let me see.
It has 40 volumes so far.
Mm-hmm.
It sold 50 million copies as of May 2021, and making it one of the best-selling manga series of all time.
That's cool.
Yeah. But then, if you guys want to check out the anime, which is only for one season, but do check out the 1997 anime. The other animes aren't as great, but the 1997 one is perfect. Have you checked out the anime yet?
No, and I guess now I wasn't really I wasn't really. I don't know. I was like hesitant, but I guess now after Kentaro's death, I guess I gotta check it out now.
Why were you all hesitant?
Um, I've seen some clips of it,
Uh-huh.
so I mean that's probably why. So,
What do you mean? What?
like, I think one was the scene. I think it was they're all trapped in this red room or something like that, and even though I think that might be the ending of the season, it's like they're all trapped in some kind of red room or something like that, and they're just like getting all eaten up. I think.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly though, that shouldn't actually ruin the ending for you. It actually shouldn't. That's actually the what you just saw is just literally the beginning of everything.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's not the ending. That's actually the beginning.
Well, damn.
Yeah, the anime just showed you the beginning of the manga, like the scratch of the surface, like basically what you're getting into.
Mm.
So there's a crap ton of stuff, uh, of stories to tell, and the manga is not done yet. So yeah, that was just a scratch on the surface. I believe the anime was created mainly as a advertisement, so that way people can buy manga, and it did a pretty good job at doing that. So
Well, that's good.
yeah, I was trying to find a website where I could read the manga. I mean, I was planning on buying it, which I will eventually. But yeah, the soundtrack is really good.
Oh yeah, I've been checking out the soundtrack,
Yeah,
especially
the
Gut.
gut.
I mean, Guts' theme is ooh nice.
Yeah, it actually feels different because when he died, Kentaro died. I actually went to listen to the Guts' theme song, and that actually hits. It actually hits pretty different.
Yeah.
It feels more heartbreaking.
Um. Which yeah. see. Other things. So let's see.
Oh, even Zach Bertsky from the Anime News Network.
Mm-hmm.
He actually praised the series, and then he gave it a score of A, and then he even stated, if you he stated this quote: "If you have a single bone in your body that's interested in dark fantasy, do not pass up Berserk." End quote. Oh wait, hold on. It hasn't even ended. The quote hasn't ended yet. Sorry. And he continues. It is the finest example of its genre available on the market today, and is based on a manga that nearly surpasses all others in terms of quality and in terms of quality and popularity. The TV series was a resounding success and remains enchanting, entertaining, and truly terrifying to this day. Watch this show. End quote.
Nice.
Yeah. So I would definitely recommend you to watch it maybe tonight or sometime this week. Or whenever you get the chance.
Yeah. Let me see.
So, any news on Battlefield 6?
As of right now, the only ones that I've heard is from what you gave me. Which was the pictures and the which one was it? The that article. But let me see if there is.
I'm looking at the news right now, and it says, Battlefield 6 is coming. 7 things we really want to see. That's from Tom's Guide. That's not really news. Game Rant says, the pros and cons of Battlefield 6 having no single-player campaign, which is still, I believe, rumored that it might not have a campaign. If it doesn't have a campaign, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I guess that could still work, because everyone plays the multiplayer. No one really just plays the single player and just calls it a day. But it's still nice to have a single player.
I've played the campaigns for the Battlefield games, and they're really good. But I understand if they don't want to do that again.
I mean, if they don't, it's understandable. It's fine. But
yeah,
if I were them, I would at least have a multiplayer. I mean, have a multiplayer and also have a single player.
Yeah.
I mean, Call of Duty did Call of Duty Warzone? That doesn't have a single player. It's all multiplayer. But I think DICE should just do that. Just have their own Battlefield, but it's just a lot of multiplayer modes or something. I don't know.
I mean,
way.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You can go ahead.
Well, I mean, all I was thinking was, what if they did it with like this? What if they did it with the multiplayer, but inside that multiplayer you have like you can do somewhat like some of these other games where you can still have that multiplayer type of feel, but then you also have like a trying to think right now. It's where it's the multiplayer, and then you have where you can, I guess, do some of the like campaign. Like
Oh, you mean like it's multiplayer, but also like campaign mixed with it? Like you're playing with other people, but you're also telling the story at the same time.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's actually a pretty interesting concept, to be honest. It's actually not bad. In Battlefield there was this mode. You know how they have like different modes.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm trying to think, I think they had this one mode called Detonations. I don't know the name, Operation or whatever it's called. But there was this one where it gives you okay, so like Battlefield has this big map, right? Like they're known to have like a big map and the world around, and the world is very like destructive. So
Yeah.
what they did is that in this mode they kind of like lowered the, how do I say it? They basically shortened the map. You can still see like the background and all that stuff, but it's more linear, and you basically have to go forward and you have to put like these detonations onto these like servers, and there's like a specific timer on it. So when you do that, the enemy team, who are also real people coming in, you have to kill them, because if you don't kill them, then they'll reach to the bomb and then they'll disable it. And once it's disabled, you have to do that process over again. But if they don't destroy it, so if they don't disable it, and you do explode it, and then you do blow it up successfully, then the enemy has to retreat and protect the other servers, and then so on and so forth until you reach the end. But yeah, I guess you could do that with a campaign, because the campaign is pretty much linear. Like if you play Call of Duty or Battlefield, you're pretty much just going straight. So I guess if they keep that kind of concept, then it might be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I agree with you, which would be very interesting to see. But
Battlefield so Battlefield official Twitter just commented. Hold on. Or is this a joke? Wait a second. How do they tweet from June 26, 2021 if it's May?
What the fuck?
Yeah, okay, this is a joke. Okay.
Gotta be like some kind of like hacker or something like that.
Yeah, because a lot of people aren't pointing that out, and I'm pretty surprised, because there's like good amount of people comment. Yeah.
But I am still waiting for that fucking trailer that was supposed to be announced sometime this week, sometime this month.
Yeah, it's already the 22nd. I heard it's 25th. That's what I heard from a post, but I'm just gonna treat that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, are you playing new games?
No, not currently. Not right now.
Oh, okay. Can't wait to play Destroy All Humans, because they remade it for the PS5.
Yeah.
I mean, not the PS5. The PS5, but also the PS4.
PS4. Yeah.
Dude, I am so hyped. Have you played it?
No.
Dude, that game's good. It came out like when I was in 2004, 2006, somewhere around there.
Oh wow.
I played on the old Xbox, yeah, and then it's so funny and so good.
Well, that's a good thing. It's got a good remake then.
Oh yeah, they changed things up. Okay, so here's the good thing about it. It's that so from what I heard is that they changed a lot of things up, because it's like a remake. So you'll still see some old things, but there are some new things that they added, just so it's not like you're playing the old game, but with better graphics. It's like you're getting a new, different experience. But at the same time, you're also getting some nostalgia, which is really good. I think that's what they should do when they remake a game. They should add some modern elements to it, change some things up, so that way, in a way, it's kind of new for everyone. Even though you play the game and understand the story, and from my understanding, they're also changing the story up a bit because the other ones didn't live up to its potential.
Mm-hmm.
The first one and the second one I think were good, but the third one was didn't do a great job. Anyways, I'm glad that they're remaking the series. I'm pretty excited.
That's good.
It's only for it's only for $25.
Right now, that's cheap.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, to my knowledge, it didn't even the starting price wasn't even $60. I think it was 40. I think if I'm not, it's 40.
Wow. Okay. I would have assumed that the starting price would have been 60. Like regular games are.
And THQ Nordic is pretty consumer friendly. So it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm finishing up Red Dead Redemption. Give me 1 second.
So, while he's doing that, yeah.
What was I talking about? Shoot. Let's see. It was I have to talk to my talk to someone. Just talking about Red Dead Redemption 2. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm finishing my sixth or fifth playthrough. Yeah, the game's too good. The ending is I still don't like the ending. I mean, it's a good ending, but it's just kind of sad that Arthur dies.
Yeah.
But I want to play as John, and the epilogue, just so I could just mess around and have fun. But yeah. Oh, did you play RDR1?
No. I'm hoping if there is I'm hoping for like a remake.
I don't think they're gonna do a remake because Rockstar never does a remake.
Wow. Well, then if anything, they need to at least make it for. They need to at least make it for PlayStation 4. Then.
I mean, you have to. I mean, you can technically, but you just have to buy the PlayStation Now.
Oh really? Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I could just tell you what happens.
I mean, no. I mean, I already know what happens.
You do?
Yeah.
What happens?
Well, I mean, since it kind of leads into it, from what I know is that there are 2 more Pinkerton agents that come in, and I guess from what I've heard is that they kidnap John's family.
Yeah.
And he's got to go around and kill all of his former family members, or
yeah,
in a way, to get to make them back off or something like that.
Yeah, they made a deal if you kill and destroy a Dutchess gang, we'll let your family live. And that's what Agent Ross said. And Agent Ross, he's the other agent and the other Pinkerton agent in a Red Dead Redemption 2. Mm-hmm. He's always with Agent. What was his name? I forgot his name. The other agent.
Yeah.
But anyways, he's that's what he tells John. If you kill Dutch and arrest his men, and destroy this gang, we'll let your family live. If you don't, then we'll kill your family. But do you know what happens in the ending?
Yeah, he dies.
Yeah, multiple gunshots. And then Jack grows up, and then he seeks revenge.
Which I think. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I cut you off. You can go ahead.
Well, and I actually kind of like how Jack kind of like ends. Was it Ross? I think it was Ross.
Yeah, Ross.
Which was cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then, I mean, it sucks that like that happens, like the characters die. But then again, it is called Red Dead Redemption. So I mean, it makes sense.
Now, now what I would like it is if we could get a Red Dead Redemption 3, and with that, I really would not mind a younger Arthur or.
Yeah, but the thing is I'm just kind of tired of the whole. Like I mean, like we already know enough about Dutch's gang and Arthur. It's
so,
like,
would you say that if you wanted to have another one, would you want it set in like a 1970 or not 1970s, but like 1920s or something like that?
Yeah, you can't do 1920s because Red Dead Redemption is strictly a Western cowboy game. So it wouldn't make sense because Red Dead Redemption 2 is when the cowboy era basically died, and then in RDR 1, which is set, after the events of RDR 2, the whole outlaw thing is pretty much dead. Dutch is like the last, major outlaw. So what's best is to move on from that and definitely go for like a different game, a different story, whole new different characters. It'll be interesting to have like a different, map, just a whole different experience. Like we're done with these characters, so let's move on to different characters.
I could say that, yeah.
It's much better that way, in my opinion. I mean, think about it. Imagine playing as a Native American or something like that. I don't know. Or what we could do, or what they could do, not we because we're not a Rockstar, but they can Sadie go. I mean, if you want to do like a, if you do want to include, these characters, you could do Sadie Adler because she moves to South
America.
She moves to South Africa.
Oh yeah.
And, I mean, I don't know if they had outlaws and stuff there. That I'm not sure. But they did have the whole apartheid stuff going on, and they also they also had coolies, if I'm not mistaken. If you don't know what coolies are, it's basically where the British they had like slaves, right? And they worked in plantations, obviously. And in like 1833, the British was like, let's let go of the slaves, let's free them, and that's what they did. But the plantation kind of went dry, and their economy was plummeting. So they're like, hey, let's have we need people to work these plantations as slaves, but they couldn't because slavery was abolished in Britain. So what they did is that they realized that a lot of people live in Asia, which they have colonies in, so specifically South Asia, as well as China too. And they're like, hey, let's make these guys, sign contracts, and we'll tell them that they'll get paid, and we'll tell them that it's going to be great all they need to do is just work with us for a few years or a few months, and they'll come back and they'll have a lot of money for their families. And all they needed to sign was just to have like a fingerprint, and that's it. They're good to go. And when they did that, they put them on the ship, and then they arrived to Africa. They arrived to some island in South America, and they'll basically work them almost to death in these plantations, and they'll literally treat them as slaves. So it's pretty like tragic in itself. If you have like a character like that in Red Redemption, I think that'll be pretty cool, because it's also kind of like you're using history, and then you're also doing a good job on diversifying, showing issues during this time, what was going on, and so on, all that stuff. And I think it'll just be an interesting story, to be honest, to hear like backstories like that, and what their relationship is, what his or her relationship is with Sadie. Like they become good friends or something. I don't know. They work together on a mission. But I don't know. But I guess that's the idea I have for that. So
it's not too bad.
Yeah. But because I know you talked about you wanted like a sequel in the 1920s, right?
Yeah.
What they could do, I mean, is they could, I guess, make a sequel, but it might have to be a bit different. It could be like it might have to be like in a mafia type ordeal, right? Because since it could be Red Redemption. I mean, also play it if the story's good. But since the original creators left Rockstar because of whatever issues they had with the studio or Rockstar, I mean, I think the people who left were the ones who were the original guys that were with Rockstar, and the people who did create Red Redemption and all that stuff. But I guess since they went on their own path and made their own studio, I don't know. I don't know the fate of Red Redemption, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I also play a 1920 setting, but I think it might not be called Red Redemption. It might be called something else, at best. But it would be pretty interesting play. Maybe it can't be Arthur's descendants because his kid died, so that's the unfortunate part. But it'll be pretty cool to I guess have like a descendant of Arthur, or maybe Jack, I guess. But the thing is, you can't really play as Jack because Jack is not really interested in the outlaw type of stuff.
Yeah.
He's I think he became a writer or something. But yeah. I mean, either way, no matter what, if the story's good, I'm playing. So.
Trying to find something. Okay. What are the other sources, though?
Hopefully, I'm sending this to the right category. Let me know if you get it.
Yes, I think you did. Huh, that's funny.
Oh, there's another leak for Dying Light 2. Event is scheduled for May 27th, 9 p.m. Central Eastern Time.
Well,
The first Dying Light was really good. Yeah, the first Dying Light was really good. This is from Game Riot, not a official name, just a guy. But yeah, he just has a poster that he took a picture of a poster that says "Dying Light, Stay Human." And there's some other writing I can't. Oh, actually, no, it does. Hold on, let me show it to you. But the writing says May and then Central Eastern Time.
Okay, so I'll send it to this to the. Send this to the. Show that to the manga. News. On 27th of May. Interesting.
You should play the first one. It's really good. Like, you can find, like guns and stuff on in the game, but it runs out so easily, which is so good. Because like, if you want to use a gun, you have to use it at the appropriate time.
Yeah.
But because it's all focusing on the melee, and the second one is literally just melee. I think they may have shown a gun, but yeah, it's probably pretty. It's all like melee though, but pretty fun game though.
Well, I'm not really surprised about this though. When I sense to the about manga outselling. I think it's outselling. I think it was outselling. Hold on, let me see.
Where did you send it to?
It's on the manga news.
Oh, okay.
Manga made a clean sweep of top 20 graphic novels, adult graphic novels, in the book channel. Literally every book on the top 20 was a volume of manga. So, well, that's cool.
Adult. All right. They definitely would take a look at this. I wish they made like some kind of like a cyberpunk manga, not the game, but the like an actual like a cyberpunk genre manga. I think for the game. I think they're making one for the game, but you know
Mm-hmm.
how I feel about the game, so I'm not sharing that story. Because all I will say is that I went on a 2 to 3 month hiatus of not playing video games. Like it was a very life altering change. Never have I experienced that in my life playing video games. That a game would make me
Yeah.
rethink some life decisions. So I was like, man, shit.
Um.
So
But
for DC news, I'm expecting not good news, so we're gonna skip that.
yeah, with DC news, I don't give a shit now.
Yeah, I don't really care about
Like,
comic books anymore, to be honest. Unless it's
like
not
and I will say, I think it's so stupid with these. It's so stupid these days now. It's like fucking a
it's it's a simple thing they have to do. Just listen to the fans and you'll make money. But there's something going on within Warner Brothers, and I just don't really care about what decisions they make. If Henry Cavill's not Superman, that's fine and dandy. He'll do other movies. I don't care. I just have other things to do. At this point, Marvel clearly beat them, which is which is thanks to DC too, and also to Kevin Feige for doing a great job. But I just don't understand how you can fail that miserably. With Warner Brothers, come on.
I really don't. I agree. I don't know how they could fail
And then they went and tried to make Superman black, which I thought was fake, but it's real. I mean, what about a cyber? What about Cyborg movie? He's black. Static Shock, he's black. Just make those kind of characters, movies for them. But it just doesn't make sense. If they want to make Superman black, that's fine. Nothing against characters being black, obviously.
No.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. But it's there are other characters that are, that
have
black
more
that deserve to be on the big screen.
Yeah, I would say that have more story to tell, and
it expands the universe.
Yeah.
It's if they made if Warner Brothers was since I'm Muslim, then if Warner Brothers hey, let's make a Muslim superhero, I'm great, and they was yeah, we're gonna make Superman a Pakistani Muslim. It wouldn't make any sense. It just feels like they're forcing it. It's just forcing it onto people, and it's just better if they created, not created because they have Simon Baz. Simon Baz is from his character is from Lebanon, but not Pakistan. But it'll be great to have him on the big screen, and I think they are including him on the show, which is cool. But that's what they should have done with a black character, like how they did with Cyborg. Just there's no need to rush things. If they rush things, it just looks bad in my opinion. It doesn't look like they care.
No, I agree. And with what's going on with DC Comics, fuck that. I don't give a shit about DC Comics now.
Yeah, I've never really read a comic book. I've only read 2 in my entire life.
And not only that, it's I don't know. It's so stupid that some of the okay, so I'll give you an example. So basically, the co-creator of Power Girl, okay, he wants to now get rid of manga. Okay? Why? Well, several things, but I'm not going to say those. But
Wait. The creator of Power Girl wants to get rid of manga?
yeah, like he wants to try and get rid of manga because they're running out. DC Comics, I think to me, DC Comics and Marvel Comics are running out of shit.
Okay, I mean, like, honestly though, like, how hard is it to like lose your creative mind? You know, like, the whole industry is built on creativeness.
Yeah,
Just create something.
no, yeah, and I can see that, and the reason why I think personally is that they're purposely and deliberately trying to attack manga because one, that shit's selling really well now because they keep coming up with new ideas, and so
Yeah, and hold on, let me add something to it. So, like, the thing with manga is, which is really cool industry, um, but see, if you keep reading mangas, you'll actually notice how not even mangas but also anime have like this common trend of looking similar to the other mangas or animes. Like if you look at My Hero Academia, and this is like my example. It might not be the best, but this is like what I saw when I was watching it. But My Hero Academia, which is pretty cool anime, and the Dragon Ball Z anime. But the common trend is that they're heroes who fight bad guys, and they also have tournaments, right? Am I mistaken? I mean, I know they have differences, but
yeah,
that's basically what I got from it, right? And it's the same. See, it's the same format, right? But different characters, right? And both of them were still pretty intriguing because they also had different concepts to it. Because My Hero Academia was literally, was it a kid, being like All Might or something? They even had like these superhero class ranks, if I remember correctly. And I don't think they had class ranks in Dragon Ball Z. I don't think. Yeah, I've never heard of anything like that. So yeah, no, they have power levels, but that's completely different. But just do something like that for for DC and Marvel. Like, I mean, it's not okay. Like, another best example I can give you, and I'll give you a chance to talk. I'm sorry about that.
no, go ahead. Yeah, no.
But I was talking to my cousin, right? And my cousin, he came over to my house, and then he's like, we were talking about Marvel and DC, and I told him that hey, DC and Marvel are doing this. They're making pretty, SJW type of comic books. They're making these known characters into different races, maybe different religions. I don't know, right? And they're going on with this SJW route, and in a sense, he did like understand where I was going with it. But like from his point of view, he says that the reason he thinks that they're doing this is not because they're running out of ideas, but because they're trying to make it more appealing to this new generation. Right? Which is understand, which is cool. But in my opinion, I think they're doing it the wrong way. Because if you're appealing it to the new generation, might as well introduce like new characters, right? And sure, if they might be running out of ideas, they could just borrow aspects from different, some different characters. Like for example, the character that I showed him was like someone that can represent our culture. So like a Indian Pakistani character, complete new character, right? He has his own upbringing, some other personal stuff happening in his life that leads him to become a superhero, and the weapons that he uses are like ancient Indian, swords or weapons, and maybe he suffers through some kind of I don't know, mental illness or something like that, you know? And then he has this, like, spouse that kind of helps him keep in touch with reality. And, you know, is basically, you know, helping him through life. And then maybe something happens to her and then he goes pretty crazy or something. I don't know. And then, you know, he's, I don't know, finding his purpose, you know, all that kind of stuff. You know, maybe he's, you know, since he's Muslim, maybe he's questioning his faith and then trying to see, you know, trying to make a sense of everything. I don't know. It's just something like that, you know. Maybe his wife isn't a Muslim. Maybe she's a Sikh or something. So it adds more diversity to it, but not forcing it. It's like, you know, here's his new character. Here's his, you know, significant other. Here's what's going on in his world. It's keeping in touch with the younger audience, which in this case would be Muslims and, you know, and the South Asian community. That's a pretty big market in my book, and you could probably sell that in India, maybe, perhaps, to and in Pakistan, right? They could make that. They could sell that in India. I think that'll be great. And just do something like that, you know, for the new generation, and you know, everyone will love it. You know, thing is, people won't care about how dark it is or how, you know, light it is. As long as it has a good story, people are gonna want to read it. You know, that's all it is. But with all this, you know, make Superman, you know, black or Batman Asian or whatever it is, you know, it's, you know, in a sense, I understand it from that point of view. But like, you know, this the industry that DC and Marvel is a creative industry, right? So they have to unleash their they have to unleash their creativity and work on it. You know, it shouldn't take that long. They have a lot of, you know, people they could work with, a lot of great authors, and people with great ideas. So, you know, all I want to say to them is just, you know, make something creative, make something new, you know, make something that, you know, people will admire, just like how they admired Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. You know, maybe one day they'll not replace them, but be close to their level. But that's all I have to say.
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
So let me think. Let's see what else.
Oh, are you gonna be watching the Gotham TV show?
Yeah, I'll be watching that.
Yeah, I'll check that out. Hopefully they release the trailer. I heard that they were done with it, or maybe, or did they start filming it?
I don't know.
Let's take a look.
Gotham, HBO Max show. The last time this was the last time. This was from Variety. Gotham PD series at HBO Max enlists Joe Barton as new showrunner.
Okay. So that's it. Nothing else after that.
That's what I've, as of right now, yeah.
Apparently, Matt Reeves asked Michael Giacchino to score the Batman.
Ooh.
Looks like that didn't happen, I guess. But whoever he got, though, is pretty good. And I don't know why Godzilla is behind Michael Giacchino. Yeah, look, hold on, I'll send it to you. It's kind of weird. It's like he's telling. Okay, Matt Reeves is telling Michael to do the score for him for the Batman.
Mm-hmm.
But behind Michael is a guy in a Godzilla suit. Pretty random.
I just, you and I have done. We've done.
Yeah. Let's get rid of it. Alright, Zack Snyder told his DCEU comic with Jim Lee was cancelled because of budget reasons, but thinks that a comic book in Snyderverse will be worth the money. If Jim Lee and I created a comic book that continued the story of my Justice League, it will be a fairly popular comic book. Yeah, it will. But, knowing Warner Brothers, that's not going to happen, so...
Yeah.
We can kiss that goodbye. Oh, all right.
What do we think?
I don't know if there's anything else to talk about.
No.
Oh, speaking of anime, actually,
Mm-hmm.
is there? So when's the next Dragon Ball? Gonna come out, or are they done with it?
So, from what I've heard, and is that they will be making another movie,
Okay.
and that's supposed to be coming out in 2022. So, that should be
Okay.
interesting. Let me think.
I love the previous movie they made. That was good.
That was really good. Yeah.
Love the fight scene.
I really liked the art style. It was perfect.
Oh, the art style, yeah. The art style was really good. Feels like we're missing something,
I know.
but I just can't.
I'm trying to.
My head.
I'm trying to think of what.
Oh, I want to talk about this. Okay, do you watch the Oscars, David?
No, but I've heard some things about that. What's going on now?
All right, look. The Oscars just happened this year.
Mm-hmm.
23.6 million people watched it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my bad. That was last year. It dropped 56% viewers. Yeah. So now, there was only 10 million people watching the Oscars this year. Okay.
Wow.
Now I think the Game Awards happened recently.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Let's
guess
see how many viewers.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Let's see how many viewers were there for the 2021 Game Awards, if there was.
Let me pull up.
Cool. How many? Watch the
Good port, bad game. Oh, that's for the PC version.
Okay, well, let's look at. All right. So in 2021, the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Okay, so the Game Awards for this year hasn't come out yet. So we're not going to focus this year, but let's focus on last year, 2020. Okay. So 2020 for Oscars, 23.6 million people watched the Oscars. Okay. Now, in 2020, guess how many people watched the Game Awards? And note, this is live, okay? Just guess how many people watched it.
I would say 40. Like, or
How many? Like 4 million, you mean? Or
I would say 4 million. Yeah.
4 million. Okay. I'll tell you. Okay, it's not 4 million. It's way bigger than that. It's 83 million.
Oh shh.
They literally surpassed Oscars. Okay. And that's 2020. Okay.
Wow.
In 2016, in 2016 they were close to 4 million. It was 3.8 million. Then 2017 it was 11.5 million. Then 2018 it was 26.2 million. Then 2019 it was 45.2 million.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2020 it was 83 million. And then for the Oscars in 2014 it was 43. And then the year after it was 37, and then 34, 33, 26, 29, 23, and then 9 million. So clearly we can see a decline in the Oscars, that no one really cares about the Oscars. But a lot of people care about the Game Awards. And in 2017, there was a developer on the Game Awards. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I just found out like a few months ago that apparently this one developer, he created this one prison game where you have to play co-op.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a pretty cool dude. And most of his games are pretty successful. And he won the award, but he basically was like, people were saying that he was like drunk or like on drugs or something, which is just people were accusing him of that. They were just making assumptions, so it's not proven that he was.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been anything, but that's just what the YouTube video I saw was saying. But he did look like he was on something. I don't know. That's just me though. But
yeah,
I'm just making some speculations. But the Game Awards, the amount of people that were there, and the amount of like hype that was building up was pretty awesome. Like it shows like how a lot of people care about these video games.
But I could also see why a lot more people tuned in for last year would probably be because of the new consoles as well.
Yeah. Well, look, 2019, 45 million.
Yeah.
2018, 26 million. Right?
Yeah.
But in 2019, they didn't really launch the next consoles. They just launched. It was just your regular Game Awards, and that got 45 million, which is clearly way better than 9 million. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, or at least in 2019 for the Oscars, it was 29.6 million. So clearly a lot of people are watching the game, paying more attention to the Game Awards than they are to Oscars. And if I'm not mistaken, dude, I'm pretty sure that they like show like trailers for the upcoming games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all that stuff. Like they show news of like upcoming games, all that stuff. And the thing is that Oscars, from my knowledge, they don't show trailers, do they, for like upcoming movies?
I don't think so.
Yeah, if they did, maybe they might have a lot of viewers. Maybe.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
so they should do that, in my opinion. That would probably make a lot of sense, and I think that's what's helping the Game Awards to get that much of viewerships. Is them revealing the gaming consoles, the games, and all that stuff. So, I guess if the All-Stars wants to build up their viewership, they have to do something like that. But man, I can't wait for 2020. Okay, wait, so according to the scale, maybe in 2023, it might hit 0 viewership for the Oscars.
I could see that. Yeah, I really could see that.
Some guys imagine just wondering what's going on in the Oscars, and then you turn it on to watch it live, and then there's a guy who's finally someone's watching us. And then you immediately just exit out and alright, it's pretty boring. You're oh. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's just it seemed like everybody was tuning in for the Oscars years ago, and then it just starts slowly declining, and so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do remember the time where I was pretty excited for the Oscars, but then I just didn't really care,
Yeah.
I was maybe no, I'll just watch the highlights, just see read the articles,
Yeah.
the headlines, and that's it. GTA exposed me to unrealistic portrayals of quick and affordable hospital visits. True, that's true. If GTA was realistic, like GTA 5, might be in the hospital for months.
Probably.
Imagine having to do your taxes in GTA. But you don't pay. But if you fail to pay your taxes, the IRS is going to be after you, and no one wants to mess with the IRS.
Yeah.
Not even the Joker himself. I don't think there's any news, man. It's
yeah, no.
What the hell is going on?
I was really hoping for some news.
Well,
so what are your thoughts on this, though? For Mindhunter Season 3?
Oh, I'm excited, but I want them to make newer seasons. I'm very stoked to see where the BTK killer, I think, or was it
BTK killer? Yeah.
Yeah, man. I wonder what's gonna happen with that. I mean,
but it's taking so long.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still attached to it, but they need to I mean, I don't know why they wanted to cancel it. Why they took it out of the shelf. They should have just continued it, and then once it's fully done, then I guess just end it there, whenever it's appropriate to end it. So I mean, the show is so good. God bless. But do you know what happened to the BTK killer?
No.
Or Okay, so the guy's name is Dennis Rader,
Mm-hmm.
right? And obviously, like most serial killers, this guy was pretty normal, right? And he attended church and all that stuff.
Right.
And this guy, he just like retired from killing, which was like back in 1991, right? He just decided not to do it, and then sometime later or at least I think it was let me check the act. Let me see. I think he was apprehended. Yeah, 2004. He was apprehended.
Oh wait,
because
wasn't it because I think I remember you telling me about this, but wasn't it because he went on somewhere?
He had a floppy disk, and he thought that was he knew that was traceable,
mm-hmm.
right? And he wrote a message on the floppy disk, which was saying, "Don't trace this floppy disk." And this was to the cops. Obviously, what do you think that the cops are going to do? Not trace it? Like, out of respect for the serial killer, we will not trace it. Like, obviously they're going to trace it. No one can be that stupid. No one. But that's what he did. And they traced it to a church. And that's where they found where they found out who Dennis Rader was and what he did.
Mm-hmm.
And they arrested him. And the most interesting thing about this is that it's not about him, but about his daughter, because she was grown up at this point, and she was staying with her boyfriend in her boyfriend's apartment, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And she got a knock on the door, and then it was like an FBI. It was someone from the FBI, and she was like, "What is someone part of the FBI doing at my door?" And then she opens the door, and then he's like, "Ma'am, I'm with the FBI. We arrested your father for being the BTK killer." And that was that was pretty heartbreaking, for her. I bet 100%, because because to her, her father was a pretty normal, loving person. But in reality, that was just a facade.
A facade, yeah.
He was a sociopath. I was pretending to be a good man. But
the other one was the I think was it a black serial killer?
Oh yeah, that guy's freaking
that
crazy. Was it the Atlanta child murders? That's what it was.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what happened, but it was that one where
Wayne Williams.
Yeah, him. Dude, that fucked me up. I mean, that was fucking that was just sick, though.
Cool. Oh, but the thing is about this guy is that during this time, which was happened, what time period? Yeah, of 1979 to 1981. Most of the victims are actually, I think all the victims were young black kids, right? And during this time, he was not him. There was a lot of racism and all that stuff. There still is today, but at that time it was pretty heated, especially in that area. So they logically, they would assume that it was probably someone from the KKK that was killing these kids, like a white supremacist.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what everyone was sold on, because it just made sense. It made sense to me personally, right? But the fact that the guy that they arrested was a black person,
yeah,
was a pretty big shock to the community, and not a lot of people believed that it's him. Mainly because he was black, and it just didn't make sense to them. That why would someone, why would someone of their own race kill someone from their own race, where there's a lot of white supremacy going on and all that stuff, and some people believed that it was like a cover up or whatever, but all that stuff is pretty understandable from their point of view. But man, it's just crazy that the guy was really normal too, or at least appear normal, quote unquote.
Yeah.
All of these serial killers kind of do. That's the thing. But yeah, that guy was very sick, and there was accusations where he was trained by the CIA as well. Yeah, which sounds kind of like weird, but it's interesting to, I guess, look into and see what was going on. But see, that's not really that far fetched, because if you have you heard about the have you heard about the Unibomber?
I've heard of the Unibomber. Yeah.
Yeah. So that guy, when he was young, he was a very bright person, right?
Yeah.
He went to Harvard at a young age. So he exceeded in high school, and he graduated before any of his peers did. I think it was 2 years before. I think it was 16 when he went to Harvard. And there was this program that was going on in Harvard, and he was interested in this psychology program. And the catch was that, you had to sign up, and then you had to pass this test. And then, if you are the last person remaining, then you get selected. So it was a pretty rigorous program, and a lot of people, failed, and they didn't get selected, except for the Unibomber. Now, the Unibomber's name was his name was Ted. I can't pronounce his last name. But in this program was sponsored by the CIA, and it was the MK Ultra program. Have you heard of that?
No.
Okay, you should look into the MK Ultra, but it's actually but to summarize it, it was a mind control type of program, and they basically tricked him. Yeah, they basically tricked him into this program, and this professor who we looked to as like a role model basically betrayed him. So he basically kind of like psychologically tortured him, and he wrote fake letters that was, from his mom, saying that that his mom doesn't love him, she doesn't care about him, she stopped writing to you, no one likes you, just that kind of stuff. And then you just have a bunch of people, observing him, and then he just had enough, and that took a big toll on him. And ever since then, he's been against technology, and he's been against industrialization. He went and moved to a forest or in the middle of the woods, and that's just where he stayed. And then he started between like 1978 and 1995. He started sending these devices, explosive devices, to these industries as like a message to stop what they're doing and all that kind of stuff. Send a message to the people. He wrote an essay called "Industrial Society and Its Future," and what his point of view is on industries and all that kind of stuff. But it's pretty interesting. He killed up to 3 people and injured 23 others.
Wow.
But he was advocating for a nature-centered form of anarchism. or green anarchism. But they did a show on him. They called it the Mindhunter Unibomber or whatever it's called. But it's not the official Mindhunter. Unfortunately, they just used it as a advertisement thing, which I pretty unfortunate. But I mean, the show is pretty good though. It does a good job on.
Now, I wouldn't mind if they actually went off if Mindhunter, as in the show.
Yeah, I mean the show that they made was basically similar to Mindhunter. But obviously in a different universe.
Yeah. But it would be cool if they actually went after him though in the show. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that would be. Because technically, I guess in a way he's kind of a serial killer.
Serial killer, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's not called Mindhunter. It's called Manhunt. My bad.
Manhunt. Oh, yeah. Technically, yeah, I could see that as like a serial killer, but I mean, even though it's a bomber, but still.
Yeah, but I mean, they could still do it that way. Oh, he actually made explosive devices when he was in middle school and high school.
Oh,
so he was an expert on that. Yeah, there was this kid that was teasing him, and he was basically his bully. And he was talking to this girl, and then he kept making fun of him in front of her, and then she didn't find it funny. All right, she acknowledged that it was rude, and she did tell the bully to stop making fun of him, but the bully just didn't want to listen, so he kept making fun of him. And what Ted did is that he made a explosive device in his science class on that same day, and then he basically gave it to him, and then he opened it, and then that thing had like sharpnels in it, and just blasted it in his face.
Oh.
So it was pretty insane. Now, am I saying that was? Now, am I saying that it's a good thing that he did that? No. But I am saying that it is to a degree, understandable of his frustrations that he went to in high school. But obviously not the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Not something anyone should do. But I'm just saying, in the show, the bully had it coming. That's all I'm saying. The bully had it coming. But it was so interesting seeing that, because you can see that how his mentality was when he was a kid, right? And then like how because of the MK Ultra program, it like made him even worse.
Yeah.
Right? Because like, he had like a sense of controllability, but after that, he just went haywire. He just like he's sending these explosives to people that he hasn't even met yet, and he's basically decided their fate. So, I mean, there were so many other ways that he could have handled it. Protest or something. I don't know, like a legal way. But yeah, because he could have accomplished something more in a nice mannerism. But yeah. And who's that other guy? His name was Ed or something.
Ed, yeah, the one that was the one that he. Oh, was it the big guy?
Yeah, the big guy.
The big guy. That's. I forget what he did. What did he do?
Well, I know that he decapitated a woman and
and
had his head.
And I think he put him. I think he put all of them inside like a inside the ground
Oh.
in his
Ed Kemper.
yeah. Ugh.
You know, I mean, what I know is that he decapitated them, and then he had his, ways. Well, I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
Pretty disgusting stuff. I don't want to get into detail with what he did, but yeah, that's what he did. And then the police couldn't catch him. This is the thing: the police couldn't catch him, and they didn't know where this guy was. And do you know how they caught him?
No.
The only way they caught him, the only way they caught him was because Ed Kemper himself called the police and confessed, and just waited there. Otherwise, he wouldn't, have been there or been arrested. And this comes right after him killing his mother and having his way with her. Because she's the one who psychologically tortured him, saying that he's not good enough, he's a terrible son, he's too big, he won't find anyone, all that stuff into his head. And then he just, kind of snapped and started attacking other people. And the first symptoms that you have as a serial killer is that as at a young age is when you kill or torture animals. So that's basically what he did. And then the last killing that he did was to his mom. He just had enough and just snapped at her. And he said that when he did that, he felt this, relief, and that he needs to, he knows that, what he's doing is not right. So he called the cops, confessed, and then he was put in jail. And they did actually, they did tell him that, you are being released on good behavior, and that you are going to be free to go. But Ed Kemper told the judge that that's not going to be a good decision, because he knows for a fact that he will kill again if they release him. So he told the judge that it's best if I'm in jail. So he has some kind of awareness that what he does is not good, and that where he's at is he deserves to be where he's at.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Didn't mean to cut
you.
you
Sorry. That's okay. It wasn't anything important.
Well, so what I thought was really interesting, continuing on the topic of the serial killers, is that the Charles Manson deal in the show.
Yeah, they only showed him
one time, but which was, to be honest, is still amazing.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm not really that interested in I'm not really that interested in Charles Manson.
Mm-hmm.
But they did cast a good actor for that role.
Yeah.
Because that really looked like Charles Manson. Oh shit! Oh wow! Look at this. Ed Kemper had an IQ of 145, and
wow.
he's 6 feet and 9 inches. He is obviously a serial killer, serial rapist, a cannibal, and a necrophile. He murdered 10 people. This was count was. Oh, speaking of serial killers, though, there was one that was from San Antonio, and he appeared in a talk show. A game show. I don't know if you know his name. His name is Rodney Alkeva.
I could have sworn there was one where there was a serial. I don't know if it was a serial killer or not, but there was one dude where he was on a game show and he was talking to women, and it's
Yep.
like every like I thought he kept up showing up every time or something like that, and
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
well, he kept showing up, and I'm trying to remember his name, or I don't, maybe that's the same, maybe if that's the guy, but he shows up, um, and he wins the date or something like that, and then obviously he kills them. I'm trying to think of
Okay, so you're kind of right. But Rodney Alcala, he been on to a dating show,
yeah.
but he didn't. But he didn't kill them because he only went on once, which is like 1978, and the game show was called The Dating Game, and he he um, he did win, and he did have a date with this lady,
Mm-hmm.
but behind the camera, or at least behind the stage, she told the producers or someone that she wasn't comfortable around him, and that there was like some kind of like she wasn't getting good vibes, and she didn't feel safe around him, so she didn't go on a date with him. So, which is literally luck. Like if she, I mean, imagine if she ended up going on a date with him. She would have been his victim, but she dodged a bullet. I have a video here. I can send it to you. I showed it in class because I know we both took, not at the same time, but we both went to the same high school, and we took this criminal class.
Criminal class, yeah.
Yeah, and then one of the presentations that I had was to make a presentation about a serial killer. So I did mine on Rodney Alcala. So
I did.
And I showed.
I actually did mine on a kid who, so the whole story is this, he basically, I think he basically kills all of his family for, it's not life, I guess it's life insurance or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's something when, oh, what is it called? Oh, I gotta remember it. Damn it. And it happened in another state.
What year was this? So he just killed his family for life insurance?
I'm trying to find. Let me find it again. I think it was in Jersey. I'm trying to find it. I'll have to look it up again, but let me see. Oh yeah. Jeez.
Oh, shoot! I forgot to tell you. Did you hear about the COVID-19 in like India?
No.
Okay, okay. I'm pretty sure you heard like how bad COVID is in India, right?
Yeah.
Something, right? Yeah. So apparently there's just like this strain of COVID-19 there. They have like 3 different strains of COVID there, and apparently people are getting like black lung. So let me put that type this up here real quick so I can. COVID.
Yeah, it happened in 2006. 2009.
Mucormycosis. It's called black fungus. So this affects like your. So from my knowledge, mucormycosis is basically it's found in like soil, plants, manure, and like decaying fruits, right? And so basically we encounter it like on a daily basis, but because of our immune system is so good that we're not really affected by it. It's rare to have someone affected by it. But now a lot of people in India are getting affected by it, and what it does is that it makes you look like a zombie kind of thing. So if you Google it, let me there's a YouTube video.
Oh wow.
The zombie woman. Apparently, people are saying that okay, look at it on the I want to show you this video, okay? So you can watch like at least like 15 seconds of it, or if you can watch the whole thing, it's like 3 minutes long. Here, just watch this.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Apparently she was carrying like a decapitated head or something.
Uh-huh.
But that's what people are saying. But I'm not sure if it's real or not. It could just be a doll or something, or she's holding something that's not, I don't know, something else. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's a head, in my opinion. I think she's just holding something else. But yeah, But doesn't that look like a zombie or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's freaking creepy.
Especially like the first video one. The first video, yeah. She looked more like a zombie there.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then like her hair too. Like it's like she cut off like 80% of her hair, and then there was like some sprouts of hair here and there. But damn. All right. I don't think there's anything interesting besides that.
Yeah.
So, do you wanna? Should we end it here? Unless you have something.
No,
interesting.
I think that's about it.
All right.
Alright.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah, thanks. Talk to you guys later.